This is the day the Lord's made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Welcome to the Apostles' Conversation. And with me tonight is Lady B. Amen.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be on tonight, and I'm excited about what we're going to be sharing tonight. It's going to be fun.
Yes. Okay. Y'all know what to do. Come on in the room. Like and share. Come on in the room. It's going to be good. I think Linda was the first one in the room, wasn't she?
Yes.
Linda was in there waiting. Hey, Linda.
Waiting on us.
All right. Come on in the room, y'all. It's going to be good. And you all know, just want to know where you're watching from. So do that, and we'll do our roll call. Hello, Lakeisha. Hello, Carolyn and Galen and Renee. All right. Come on in the room, everybody. Like it and share it. This is going to be great. We're going to be talking about building family, how to build an amazing family. Hey, Tyrone, my buddy. Hey, man. Corey, I see you out here. All right, Joyce. All right. Lady B.
Yes.
How was your day?
My day was great today. I had a great day today. Of course, we did the COVID vaccine on yesterday, and they checked on us today to see how we were feeling. I feel great. Very little pain. Just soreness more than anything.
Well, you know, they said you'd be sore,
yeah.
But
you know, first couple of days,
but no side effects. No of those negative side effects.
Nope.
You know, yeah, I took it. It was all right. You know, and in fact, I think they may show you in a minute. We'll get a few more people on, then we'll show us taking what? Yes, right. They wanted to see us take it. And because we want to encourage people, don't get afraid of it. I mean, listen. See, let me tell you, say this, Lady B.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people will say, "Oh, I don't want the vaccine. Oh, don't give me the vaccine." But then they get sick and go to the hospital, go to the emergency room, and whatever the folk do to them, they be all right.
Yes.
What kind of sense that make?
Makes no
Praise
sense.
the Lord. Hey, Miss Shaletta, I see you, girl.
Yep, I see a lot of people. I see Miss Sheila, Roberta, John, Tina, Don, and of course, yesterday I think was Lakeisha's birthday. She was on earlier.
Mm-hmm,
so
yeah.
Happy birthday. She turned 50.
Lakeisha can't be 50.
Yeah,
she was just a teenager the other day.
Yeah.
Listen, hey, let's bring in the man who is
gonna ask us all the questions.
Who is that? Yeah, there is it. That's the man. That's the man.
Hey, I got the dynamic duo tonight. This is gonna be very interesting.
It should be interesting. It should indeed.
I was just trying to make sure y'all didn't have no mutation because y'all took that shot. So I said Apostle might come on and have an arm growing out the back of his neck.
No side effects. What's so funny is when we were in there and they were telling us about all of these things that people are saying, it's like, these are not normal. These are not normal side effects. So
yeah.
You know, and when a lady was telling me the stuff that could have, I said, listen, shall not come nigh me. She said, what you say?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I can't let you speak that over me. It
right.
shall not come nigh to me. Okay.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. If you say okay.
Well, you really can't. What can you say? Because some people can't eat mustard. They swell up if they eat mustard. I mean, everybody has different reactions to everything. But ultimately, like you said, Apostle, we go to the hospital. They give us 57 pills. We don't read no instructions. We don't ask no questions.
You in the emergency room, whatever they tell you, that's what you do. Probably you take your clothes off in front of folk you don't know. You follow me? And so my thing is, okay, now let's be proactive with this. And so to demonstrate it, we went on and did it. Hey, can she roll that now?
I think she can.
Roll that now, and then we're gonna get into talking about building family. But they wanted us to be kind of like an example for others, and we didn't mind it. You know, hey, encouraging others to when the vaccine is available to you to take it. Can you roll it, Des? That's it.
Did y'all see Apostle close his eyes and go like that?
You don't like needles, Apostle?
No.
I can't stand needles. I can't stand them, and I ain't gonna fake this thing. This is real. This lady finna put this thing in my arm, and she had it all covered. YP, she had the needle covered while she's giving us taking all my information, that sort of thing. And so, you know, and then when she got ready to do, she uncovered it, and I saw that needle. Man, that needle looked like it was this long, man. I said, ma'am, you go. I see, you gonna do what? Yes, indeed. So, you know, it was all good though. Hey, I didn't have any side effects at all.
Somebody say you look like you've been lifting weights because his muscles in his arm. He has great body build. That's all.
Don't be putting me down. Don't be putting me down.
I've been lifting weights, people.
Did y'all see the way Dr. B just threw shade at Apostle? She just shaded Apostle. He ain't lifting no weights.
He's not lifting no weights.
The lady saw my biceps. She said, "Oh my God, look at the biceps." Okay, come on, y'all. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. Let's talk about building family.
I turned my head. Yes, I turned my head because I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see it.
She didn't want to see that long needle.
The needle wasn't long. I had already saw it. She had the needle out when I got there. Her needles were already and it wasn't
well, I'm glad y'all good. Before we get started, though, and I think this is very important, I need everybody that has not to subscribe to Apostle Hilliard's YouTube channel. Yeah. Y'all been asking, y'all been emailing saying, yo, we need archive footage of Apostle. We need content. So Apostle, they need to subscribe to the channel.
That's right. It's Apostle
Hilliard.
Apostle Hilliard. Yeah, Apostle Hilliard. Go on and do that because I'm going to put some interesting stuff out there. Along with preaching, I might put one of my recipes out there. I might put one of the recipes out there.
That'd be a lot of fun.
And if I put my recipe out there, I mean, that thing will go to a gazillion. I mean,
people are funny. We should probably answer a couple of these questions about the vaccine.
All right.
No, somebody said they thought you had a tattoo.
Come on, Lakeisha. You know my generation don't believe in that. I'm real old school. My generation didn't believe in tattoos, and I ain't. You know, no tattoo. That was just, you know, I'm just kind of furry guy. That's all.
You're a furry guy.
Hairy guy. I said hairy, furry. Come on.
They asked, which one did you guys get? The Pfizer or the Moderna? Is it Moderna?
We got Moderna. We did Moderna, yes. And we have to go back for the second one in about 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll definitely record the second one, but no side effects that everybody has been saying. Just a sore arm. I feel sleepy constantly, which is one of the side effects. They said you feel tired.
No tired.
But Bishop hasn't been tired. He's been just cooking.
I came home and cooked.
Yeah.
I came home, cooked. She went to bed.
I went to sleep.
And put ice on her shoulder. I haven't put any ice on mine or anything. And I'm fine. Really, I feel fine.
So somebody says your arm's sore.
No, arm was a little sore, just a little sore. And but it wasn't something that, you know, was debilitating. But, you know, I had to walk around my arm like this. Everybody, well, what's wrong with you? No, I mean, it was just a little sore. I knew I had been stuck.
And mine is still a little.
That's what I want to tell you. I knew I had been stuck. And so I ain't gonna play it off. No. I'm gonna tell you all the truth. I'm gonna tell you all the truth. But I'm gonna tell you, you know, it's to your benefit to do this. Now, the Lord told me in the beginning that this thing would be resolved through medical science.
Yes.
That's what the Lord told me. And the Lord, and if you go back and listen to things I said way back then, the Lord said, and I want you to pray for my researchers. That's what he called them. His researchers. And that is what we began to pray for. And so I don't want people to be afraid, get in fear. And that's a tactic of the devil to keep you away. And as I said, you're willing to go to the emergency room. If you would get COVID,
right,
you go to the emergency room and whatever they tell you, you do it.
Exactly.
Whatever they tell you.
Yeah, and then they said the one that we took has a 95% efficacy
rate. Yeah.
Efficacy rate. So that means that, you know, it could help in the process. 95% of the people who took it in the study did not get the COVID vaccine, did not get the COVID virus.
They didn't get sick.
And they didn't get sick. And then even if they did, it wasn't, the ones that did, it wasn't as bad.
Right. But we're still in faith.
Yeah.
We're still in faith. And I was praying in the Holy Ghost when I was taking mine. I was praying in the Spirit.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, hey, I don't throw away my faith and put all my faith in that needle.
Absolutely.
Okay, how long that needle was? I don't put my faith in that needle that long. It was
not. You're gonna scare people that are afraid of needles.
Hey.
It's not that long. But somebody said you didn't want to put ice on it because you have muscular arms. Well, they shoot you in the muscle. That's the whole thing. The shot is done in the muscle. So they encourage you to put ice on it, but he didn't want to do ice. So I put ice on mine as soon as we left.
She had ice in the car.
Yep.
She had ice back in the car, man. But hey, man.
I'm going to follow instructions to the T.
No. But I want our people, I want y'all to live.
Yes.
I want y'all to live. And I think over 40-something million people have received
the vaccine.
So you got to know that it's not something that they put together that's going to kill you. Okay, it's not some special test that they're doing against black people.
Right.
Come on now. As I said, we're better than that. Okay, let's get into it.
Get into some questions.
All right. Well, first and foremost, this is exciting to have the two of you on the screen together. And I think the first thing people want to know before we dive into discussing the family, how long y'all been married?
So we've been married 45 years. October 4th will be 46 years.
Yes, y'all pray for me. I've been putting up with her for all these years, almost five decades. Y'all pray for me.
Yes.
45 years of marriage. And now, were you guys married when before ministry, or did you get married once you started ministry? Like, were you already in ministry? Well, I know you were, Apostle, but like, were you pastoring already, or how did that work?
So we got married on a Saturday, and he got installed in his first church that next Sunday, the very next day.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I've been a pastor's wife for 45 years.
You had 1 week?
No, not 1 week. 1 day.
Half a day.
A half a day. Saturday night. And then Sunday morning.
Yeah, Sunday morning. Listen, YP, I'm on my honeymoon. You know what I'm saying? And I got deacons on the phone messing with me. Man, I don't want to talk to you now.
Yeah.
I do not want to talk to you. Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I never knew that. That is crazy. So you had less than a day of not being a first lady. Immediately, you went right into the position.
Right into it.
And neither one of us knew what we was doing.
And look at God. Now, all this time later, I think one of the major things that I've observed, even with the conferences, is people come, of course, to learn strategies about church growth and about growing their faith. But one of the major effective areas you all have had is discussing family, because for the most part, your entire family is involved in ministry in one way or another. And so with this dynamic of moving in, Apostle, you made a statement and said that the enemy has really tried to launch an attack against the family structure. Why are you guys so passionate about doing family ministry?
Well, I'm passionate this year, especially because whenever there's a prophetic word, that means God is warning us. He's alerting us to something, and he alerts us so that we can prepare. And he said, the Lord spoke to me and said that there would be an attack against family to diminish the family in an attempt to compromise our witness, as believers, and that we should invest in family, and that we should invest in family. We would see good results, and he said that our victory over the devil is in our hands. Now that's just a revised summation of it. But I've always been, I can say always, but what has been a priority with me is obeying God. So normally in February we have the First Family Conference. Yes. That's just for pastors.
Pastors and the
first family. And we've done that for years.
Yeah.
But this year I said, hey, let's open it so that we can now minister to families in keeping with staying, obeying that prophetic word. Talk to Dr. I, ask her to partner with me in it, and the church is partnering with us. And so we're taking this thing global this time.
Absolutely.
And so it's going to be the 17th, 18th, and the 19th. And normally we really have maybe 2.5 days.
Right.
But I'm going to have a 3-day conference. It's free, absolutely free. In fact, and we're going to give so much away during that conference. It's just going to be amazing.
Exciting.
People need the tools to build a good family.
Right.
And what most families lack, as we lacked in the beginning, we didn't have the tools.
Right.
We didn't know.
We didn't know what to do.
Nobody told us how to build a family, that would be amazing and a family that would abound.
Right. And, it's like you get married and you're thrust into it. And so you don't know what to do. And so, I think it's our responsibility. One of the things that me and Apostle did was when we got our family together, we promised God that if he would show us how to do it, we would show everybody else. And so we have a mandate on our lives that we have to show people how to have an amazing family. An amazing family doesn't mean you're not going to have challenges.
Right.
It doesn't mean you're not going to have difficult times, because our family, like any other family, we face difficulties, but we've learned how to overcome them. And that's some of the things that we'll be sharing February 17th through the 19th.
Right. All right. And it's a joy to us.
Yes,
it's a joy to us. And our conference this year is not going to be a powder puff conference. That's everything is we're going to talk about how to handle difficult things.
Yeah.
How to handle lack of communication. How to handle the differences that come up, because that's where everybody know how to be happy. When everything's going well. But what do you do when you run into that wall? What do you do when you wake up one day and go, whoa?
Yeah, and then I think it's so important that people know how to handle this season we're in, because we've been in this pandemic for now almost a year.
Right.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so most of us have been confined to our families, whereas in times past we could go to work, or we could go different ways, and men could go to the gym, or ladies could go to the gym. And now the gyms got shut down, or you could go and do other things. And so I think it's so important that we learn how to navigate through this season that we're in.
Yeah. So that's what this is all about. Now we're gonna give people an opportunity to register too tonight, because hey, somebody get ready to write it down. General registration is text HIMFF. It says FCC, but it should be FFC. Right, FFC.
FFC to 71441, or you can go online to newlight.org/family first and register as well.
There it is. It is on the screen.
It's already on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what we want to do, and Lady B and I are going to have, we had a conversation the other day, basically with Terry and Tina. We took over that spot.
We took over Terry and Tina's show.
And the response was just totally amazing.
Yes.
The response was totally amazing. And, so I said this week, I said, Lady B, let's do another one as we introduce this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, this is great. I'm excited about it. Well, because we're getting ready for this this family conference, which is so dope to me that everybody can be a part of it. Let's go back in time. Let's discuss how this all started, because the assumption is, based on how successful you all are now, is that everything, like you said, Dr. B, has always been okay. And that's not true. When you guys first got married, what are some oppositions you had to overcome? Maybe some things you remember, some stories you remember. What are some things you had to overcome?
I think overcoming our different upbringing. One of the funniest stories that we tell all the time, we haven't told it recently though, but I grew up in a family where we had the opportunity to get our clothes washed, our things washed like every day. We washed and dried clothes and folded clothes every day. So when we used a washcloth in the mornings to shower or to wash our face or whatever, we put it in the dirty clothes hamper. And then when you went back later, you just got another towel and you use that. Well, Bishop grew up where he would, they would use the same towel for the morning and the evening, and they would hang it on the shower or wherever, let it dry out, and then come back and use it later that day. So when we first got married, he was hanging his towel on the shower, and I was taking it off, putting it in the dirty clothes hamper. And
leave my towel alone.
He finally said, "Can you leave my towel alone?" And I was like, "Why? Why are you using the same towel?" And he said, "Well, that's the way I was trained. My mother trained us to use the same towel throughout the whole day." And I said, "But we don't have to do that. We got towels for our anniversary. Our wedding. Our wedding, people gave us plenty of towels." I said, "And we have a wash and dryer. I don't have a problem with washing and drying clothes every day. So you don't have to use the same towel over and over." So that was probably one of the biggest things we had to overcome in that area.
I don't think that was big. I think that was just one of them.
Well, what
You know,
I mean, he said at the very beginning.
I think the biggest thing beyond that was my thinking. See, my thinking was that it was God first, then the church, and then family. So that was my thinking. That is what old preachers had taught me. That is what I gathered. And so my whole thing was, I ain't got to be bothered with you right now, girl. I'm doing church work. Okay? She's looking for a full-time husband, and I'm a part-time one. You follow me? Justifying it with this is the right way to do it. And I think many marriages run into that upbringing. I got it. You know, that flawed upbringing, and they don't know how to build a family God's way.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't know how to do it God's way, you're gonna do it your own way.
Yes, sir.
And that's gonna when that clashes, then that's when you got a lot of trouble. That's when you got a lot of trouble. And I think in the very early stage, we didn't know what to do.
Right.
You follow me? And we were both divorced.
Right.
Got it? Yeah, look at why you didn't know that. No, she got married young. I got married young. Neither one of us knew what you were doing. We got married, and so now we bring in some other baggage now.
Absolutely.
Into this thing. You understand? I got it in the back of my mind. Ain't nobody gonna never do me like that last one did me. You understand? Got her mind the same thing. So we come in with a bunch of baggage. You understand? And when certain things happen, it triggered this other stuff. Oh, really? That's what it's gonna be like. So we were messed up. We were messed up, and all the time knowing how to put on that act before people.
Right.
Wow, like church act.
We know how to put that church act on.
Yeah.
We all get in the car, but when we get to church, put the smile on.
Yeah.
Put the smile on. And that sort of thing. And we did that, but underneath the skin, got it. That was this unhappiness.
And then, of course, no example. We had no example of how to have a good family or a good marriage. And I remember, I think we told the story the other day, one of our friends, we were talking to his parents when we were having so many problems. And he was like, I don't know anybody that's happily married. And we were like, we don't either.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so it was just not having the example before us. And I just thank God for the example. Bishop said it the other night, the first time he went to go meet with Dr. Price years ago. It had to be 35 years ago. He went to go meet with Dr. Price. And the first thing Dr. Price shared with him was the family series. It was a series on how to have a good family. And that was one of the series we listened to so that we could help to build our family.
Right, but God let me know. He said, "Now, if you take care of," because God changed my priorities.
Yes, sir.
When the Lord spoke to me and told me I'm doing it all wrong, then He said, "No. You take care of your family. I take care of the church."
Yeah.
So you said it was church first, then family. That's what you thought. God first.
God first, then church, then family.
Okay.
God changed it. He's first. Family's next. And there's church. Well, if you read the Bible, you see that's the way it was anyway. Before there was any church, that was family.
Right.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, sir.
So when God changed that, now I got to focus on what does it take to build a family. I'm a systematic thinker.
Yes, sir.
So I understand that. All right, I got to do something now. What do I need to do? Well, whatever I'm going to do, it's got to be based on the word. So when I went to see Dr. Price, my first thing was not how to build a big church, but how do I build a family?
That's good.
That's the key to what I am going to be. We're going to be focusing on in the conference.
Right.
And not only that, I'm not just going. Here's what I'm going to do, and it's going to amaze you. We have put together a kit that's called a Blueprint for an Amazing Family. And I'm going to give it away.
Wow. That's awesome.
I'm going to give it away. That's how bad I want to see people have good families. I'm going to give it away. And it ain't just some little thing we threw together.
No,
it's got confessions in it. I got a whole teaching series on it of about 7 lessons on how to go about building a family, how to go about getting yourself ready, to have a good family. Because it is the will of God that nobody hijacks your fulfillment. See, but if I don't know that, then I'm going to blame my lack of fulfillment on somebody else.
Right.
I will be expecting others to do for me what only God can do. You got it? And that's what we had to come and understand. There's some things she wanted me to do. I can't do them. God can do that. There's some things I wanted her to do. She can't do it. God could only do that.
Yes, sir.
And once we found those things out and found how simple it was, then it was amazing.
Yeah. And I think, for people that are just coming on, I think it would be good for them to know how to register again for the conference so that they can get that blueprint. I don't know if Destin can keep it up in the lower third or not, but you can text.
There
it is.
That's my dad's. All right.
Good, Destin. Yeah.
Now, my goal this year is I want for this conference, I want to see more registered than we ever registered before.
Oh, of course.
I want to see more registered than we ever registered before.
Yeah, because we're opening it up to the whole family and not just the first family.
Right.
And that's why we call it Family First.
Right. And we're going to have some private sessions for pastors and PKs. We're going to have private sessions for them. And we'll be informing them how to be a part of these private sessions.
Right.
But I've laid it out. I'm already in prayer about it. I'm really excited about it. We had to learn to communicate because we know how to communicate.
Right.
But you guys are saying some amazing things. That's why I want people to really register. You just said PKs and that thing jumped out because obviously I grew up as a preacher's kid. My mother, I think she said she got baptized when she was pregnant with me. So I've been baptized twice. But they were just starting the ministry when I was 2. So I grew up in church. Like I grew up as a pastor's kid. Why is it so important for you to minister to them? Because a lot of times pastors' kids get terrible reputations, or they the baddest kids in the church, and they don't oftentimes know what we deal with the church members, with the pressure of sharing our parents. You got people that call y'all mom and dad, and that's cool. We all do. But you have actual children, and they're like, okay, I got to share my parents. Why is it so important for you all to minister to those preachers' kids?
I think you just said it because, see, the devil will take that and he will try to pervert it.
Yes, sir.
As though the the preacher's kid is at a disadvantage. And he twists it because you are sharing them with this one and that one and that one. But the Bible says whatever, in Mark 10:30, whatever you will give up, sacrifice for the kingdom, you're going to get back in 100-fold measure. And in that was relationships. So yes, they share us, but the return, like my kids would tell you, we work hard, but we play hard too.
Yes,
you got it? I've taken my kids because of my commitment to the things of God and people's commitment to me and to us because we work in the kingdom. We've been able to take our kids all around the world, and they've been exposed to things other kids probably will not be exposed to. So there is a benefit. All right. Then I believe the preacher's kid needs to know, and the reason we do it with both, because I teach the parents, we teach the parents that they need to be the protector. They need to know how to have family.
Yes, sir.
So there comes a time when pastor and first lady, or pastor and spouse, you got to give folk out to offer your kids.
Right.
You got to let them be children. You got it? And people got it. I mean, we had to take our kids out of children's church one time because they want them to be little preachers. Well, they're not preachers.
Wow.
Would you pray? They don't need to want to pray. They don't want to pray.
Yeah.
But they force something on them. Why? Because you are the pastor's children.
Right.
Well, so that they need to be ministered to. And so we allow our children who've been through it to sit down with other pastors' children, and boy, they come out refreshed, amazing, and it's free. And free. And I was looking at the registration. People need to know we're not charging anybody for this.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not charging. We just want to see you happy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and what's amazing to me is, and I laugh about this, you all have done so well with the blended family concept, because a lot of people say this to me. They like, Tina look like Dr. B more than everybody else. And I'd be like, okay, I don't even correct them. I just be like, yeah, she kind of do look just like her. I don't know how that happened. Some mysterious thing. But like, there's a lot of ministry families that do the blended family as well. And I'm excited about you guys tapping into these things, because these are the conversations that people have skated over for a very, very long time. How have you been able to manage that camaraderie with your family amidst all the challenges? You've built so many buildings together and gone through all of this, but yet you guys are still really, really tight. What are some keys that you've utilized to really just keep your family strong and together through it all?
I think the major key on that is we let them know that ministry is a calling, family calling. And we began to release our faith for it in the beginning when they were kids.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. The whole point is building. How do you build this? You have to build a consciousness into them that this is how your purpose, this is your purpose. You're going to be fulfilled. We're going to work together. And at the same time, we're not going to sacrifice your individuality nor your dreams.
Right.
So we're able to do that. And we have, and boy, that's one of the things when we define family.
Mm-hmm.
We define family. And as we define family, we say, listen, family is not a place where you forsake your dream, but family is a place where, you got a team to help you build your dream.
That's so good. Yes,
and so we have made it beneficial for everybody. You help me with my dream, I'm going to help you with yours.
Yes, sir.
And that is a mindset that's there. It's a mindset that's there. And so, but the key is you build it. Mm-hmm. And I try to get people to understand, don't look at saying, man, it's too late. No, it's not too late. It is not too late.
Wait, can you talk about you? So you mean like as far as your family? Because a lot of people have said that. I don't know if I've waited too long. Can you take a minute and really minister to that?
Well, when family's in trouble, it only takes one to turn it around.
That's right.
Well, look in the Bible. I mean, the woman come to Jesus and said, my house is a mess. My daughter is vexed with the devil.
Come on, sir. Come on, sir.
Yeah.
Jairus, he leaves his daughter at home and comes to Jesus. He comes.
Come on, sir.
My family needs help. You follow me? All throughout the Bible, all God needed was one person.
Right.
And, what are you going to do? Just sit there in the mess? Or are you going to do something about it? And so what we try to get people to see is it's not too late. There are some things that you can do to activate the power of God in your family and bring you to a place of fulfillment by grace so you can handle whatever you got to go through.
Right.
That's awesome.
I don't think it's ever too late. It's never too late to get family involved, especially if you want them involved in ministry and even just to build a great family. Right. It's never too late.
It's the mindset.
Yeah.
See, and I think one advantage that we had, we both came from families, good families.
Right.
I had a mom and a dad. She had a mom and dad. And as much as they knew about us being family, we were family. Y'all had your Thanksgiving together.
Right.
We had Thanksgiving together. So we had that. We just didn't know how to overcome crazy stuff. You follow me?
Yeah, I get it.
We just didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Nor did we know how to build a team.
Right.
We valued family,
yes, sir.
But we didn't know how to build a team so that the family team could pursue God's best.
Right.
And that was the key. When we saw Dr. Price and his family working together, we went, wow. And then when we saw, when you and I first went over to Lakewood,
right,
and we saw Osteen's, Mother Dodie, and Brother John working together. Right. That's the first time we'd ever seen a pastor and their wife in the pulpit working together. We'd never seen that.
Yeah.
We used to go there on Bible study night, and we saw that, and we went, wow, look at that. So when we were building the light, what we did was we built it together.
Right.
And people saw that. And it was first a marvel because people go, wow. I mean, I listen to you, get a laugh out of this. We had this billboard. I put this billboard up with me and Lady B on the billboard. And boy, that just, man, we had all kind of stuff that with the talk persecution around.
Right.
Even one preacher called me, man, I heard, Doc, because he done heard it from somebody. He didn't know he was talking to me. And Doc, this preacher got his wife and him on a billboard together. I thought we're supposed to be lifting up Jesus. I say we are, and that's why I put it up there. I say, yeah, Doc, my wife and I, that's me. You talking about me. Oh, Doc, oh, here you, man, I'm sorry. No, you got it all wrong. And so, man, they used to mock us about how we would be standing together in the pulpit. She ain't got no business in the pulpit. She ain't no pastor. She need to be sitting herself on the front row.
Wow.
I mean, all this kind of stuff. But we persevered and built this partnership and built the family together.
Absolutely.
And that's what we want to show people how to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. V, I want to ask you, because just piggybacking off of that, there's a lot of women right now that are coming alongside their husbands, and some of them are the senior pastor and their husband is coming alongside them. How are you able to maintain your identity in that time frame where it was not normal to have a woman with so much authority and people were still lost? Unfortunately, there's still some people that believe in old traditional things, but back then especially, how were you able to maintain and find your own identity to whereas you can operate in the ministry God had called you to?
And I think that happened because basically I found my fulfillment from God. I wasn't waiting on him to give me what my calling was and what where God had called me to do. And so I basically just did what I knew God had called me to do. And one of the things I knew was God called me to help him in ministry. And so how can I help? What can I do to help? And one of the things, of course, was women's ministry, helping with the women's ministry and helping with the prayer ministry. And so I just kind of found my place and found what I needed to do to obey God over what everybody else said. So.
And there was no pushing. I never pushed her to do it.
Right.
That's good.
You got it. I waited. And we did the same thing with our children.
Right.
We didn't push them into it. We wanted them to find their place. Exactly. And they knew we loved them regardless. Yeah. Okay. Right now, I got Ivan is I sent all of my grandkids to school.
Right. I
sent them all to school. I want them all to work in ministry. I want them all to work full-time. I want that. But they got to want it too.
Exactly.
You got it. And when Ivan said, I want to go to culinary school, I said, man, I believe the Lord said, feed my sheep, but I don't believe he's talking about that kind of food. But if that's what you want, then that's where I'm going to send you.
Yeah.
I sent Emmanuel to school. And I don't know what Emmanuel's major is in.
Like audio technique.
Audio technique, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I sent Bree to school too. Mm-hmm. And I think Bree works for your foundation now,
yes,
part-time. And Manuel, he's still working in industry. And when the time is right, he's going to come. I had one preacher say, I'd make them work for me. If I sent them to school, I'd make them work. I said, well, you're not me. I'm fine waiting on God.
Yes, sir.
And waiting on them to say, yes, this is what I want to do. So they'll never be able to say, I pushed them into it. And then when they hit a rocky road, say, I ain't doing this. The only reason I'm doing this because granddaddy made me. No, right. Never be able to say that.
Well, Dr. You said that she didn't initially want to preach at all, right?
Right. She didn't initially want to work for the ministry. She wanted to go work for an accounting firm and be an accountant. She was one of the main ones that said, I can't wait to get out of this house and go to college and come and I can go work for Arthur Anderson as an accountant. And we were like, okay, we're going to send you to school. You're going to take our money and go to school and, but we know what God said. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And I think a lot of people need to hear that because many people see the finished product and don't understand the process that's associated with it. I was talking to an individual. They was like, man, I know you be down there with Apostle Hilliard, man. I aspire to have all that he has. And I said, man, do you aspire his process? Because when you hear the stories about what they went through, you guys just mentioned a moment ago that a lot of people didn't know that both of y'all been divorced. Well, I remember y'all telling a story about how one time, you left Apostle.
Yes.
And how did y'all get through that? How did y'all reconcile that moment?
Yeah, she left Wonder Boy, Doc. Wonder Boy preacher. She left Wonder Boy, Doc.
Why'd you leave him?
Well, because
he was a fool.
It was a lot of stress. It was during that time, like right after we went through the church fight. And then, of course, just, it was just so much pressure, so much stress. And so he was a fool. But, that wasn't, it just was a lot going on.
Hey, come on, I wasn't a fool by myself now. Come on.
We both were.
Come on. Hold up in your mind.
We both were kind of acting up. And I just got fed up. And I just said, I'm out.
Her family was trying to get her to divorce me. Because I wouldn't work. That's what their major thing was.
Because
but
that's what they thought.
Yeah, before I went into full-time ministry, my profession, I was a systems analyst. So I'm making great money. I'm making crazy money as a youngster. I'm making serious money. So who wouldn't want to be married to a guy making money like that? You understand? And so now I go into ministry, and that was a different thing now, because I started working full-time ministry profitably for about maybe half, maybe more less than that, of what I was making in industry.
Yeah.
You got it? So that's serious pressure. You understand? Yeah. And then I go from that to a church fight, and I ain't making that now. Got it? God, someone will teach you how to trust me.
And I was still working at the time. And so, of course, my family was like, you taking care of him.
He
lazy. He's not working.
You can do bad all by yourself.
So, yeah. So I left, and I actually went back to my parents' house. And of course, the day-to-day, hearing them say, we'll help you get a divorce. We'll be here. So I'd already gotten a lawyer and everything. They'd already set me up with a lawyer and everything to get a divorce. So,
and my parents was happy because they ain't like her.
This is crazy. Nobody would ever thought that.
No, my parents didn't like Bridget.
Wow.
And my mother especially, she didn't like it. She's too fast. She just a little fast girl. And so my mother, her dream for me was for me to go to college and become a chemical engineer. That was her dream. And so now that you're rid of her, you can now go back to college. That was my mama's thing. You can go back to college. But that wasn't God's plan for my life. Yes, and so I went to I see Philip talk about the ice cream. I went to Bridget and called them, and we set up a lunch at a Chinese restaurant. That's what I'm gonna talk about, Philip, Chinese restaurant. And there I told her, you can make it. Only reason I didn't have a lawyer because my mom and them couldn't help me. He couldn't help me, and church wasn't paying me enough to get me no lawyer. But I was mad when she left. I was mad because now it was out. See, but as long as she was there with us and we was having our problems, it wasn't out. But now it's out. You understand? And you done left Wonder Boy preaching. Shoot, man, I'll give me another wife. Wow. I'll give me another wife. This time I'm gonna get me a wife that can sing and play the piano. I need me somebody that can help. The Lord said to me, no. He said, go get your wife. I went, huh? He said, go get your wife. And so we had this. I took her out to lunch, and boy, man, I laid it out to her. I said, now you can go and do what you want to do. I can do what I want to do, but really, we've been bought with a price. Our life is not our own. And I want you to come home. I want you to come home. Boy, I cried. I broke all the man laws, Doc. Tears dropped off me. I didn't wipe them up, Doc. Form a pool there on the table, Doc. Pool of tears on the table. And I left out of there with my wife, Doc. I left out of there with my wife.
That's powerful. And I think so many people, like I said, have misconceptions that success is blinding. It makes people honestly believe there hasn't been a process to get to that point. When it comes to ministry, the two of you have accomplished things and set a standard for so many other pastoral couples and other ministries. That's just absolutely incredible. When did you guys realize that God was going to use you in this dynamic to be an influence to so many other families and so many other ministries? When did it click for you all?
In a little raggedy building.
Yeah.
In that little raggedy building. I don't know if Des could even put that up, but it was in this little raggedy building that God began to teach us how to live by faith and began to let us know he had great things for us. Yes, in this little raggedy rundown building, I first had the revelation. I got to realize, you understand, we don't have 50 members. And I'm learning how to live by faith. God is teaching me how to live by faith. And then there was a weekend when Lady Bridget was her birthday, coming up to her birthday. And I stood up on that Sunday, and the Lord told me, he said, I want you to sow your love offering back into the church today. Doc, my love offering already wasn't enough. And we were already, the cupboards were bare, buried and bare. And I stood up that day and I said, I'm sowing my love offering back into the church today. And she couldn't take it. I mean, she couldn't take it. She screamed, what? I mean, in church, she screamed, what? And everybody looking at her. And then I said, oh, okay, today, sisters, because we didn't have no food. We had no food. The covers are bad. We had no food. We were not going to be able to make it that week. And I pointed to one sister. I said, Sister so-and-so, we'll eat at your house after church. That was Sister Clark.
Right.
Sister Clark, we eat at your house after church. Sister Clark, she loved us. And she said, okay, yeah, ain't no problem, Pastor. And I said, Monday night, we're going to eat at your house. Who was that?
I think it's the Stewards.
The steward? Was it the steward?
Mm-hmm.
The stewards will eat at your house. And then on Wednesday, if God hadn't come through, we're going to eat at the Walker's house. And then Thursday, I named up a family every week, every day that we were going to eat at their house. You got it? And Bridget was mad. We got in the car. She wouldn't speak to him, but she sure went to Sister Clark's house to eat because she's hungry. Clark was so kind. She fixed lunch for the kids.
Right.
And man, I'm telling you, Doc, God just put people around us back then to help us. And so it was about Wednesday. Mm-hmm. This guy who wasn't even at church Sunday, he comes by the church. Now, you understand, I'm going to church every day because that's my office. Yeah. I'm going to a little raggedy building. I got a 5x5 closet for an office. I'm going there every day because I'm going to be faithful. You got it? And watch this. God wasn't even at church Sunday. He drops by, comes by there, big grin on his face, say he had gotten a settlement from an insurance company, paid his tithe, and then gave me a supernatural love offering. And then say, Pastor, I need the keys for your trunk. I said, what's that? He said, I went to the packing house and I had me a half a cow, and I'm splitting it with you.
And he bought the groceries to go with it.
Wow. Look, he ain't know nothing about Sunday.
Yeah, because this is before cell phones and
he knew nothing about Sunday.
That. Yeah.
I was able to pay cash for her birthday gift. And when I did that, she saw it. She said, I'm in. This faith stuff is amazing.
That's good.
She saw that miracle. She says, I'm in. And then I began to share more with her about what God was telling me, because now she opened to receive it.
Yes, sir.
And that when we knew that God had separated our lives, has set us apart to be something special in the earth. And for that, we were grateful. We never saw it as though we were better than anybody else. We saw this season of training to get us ready to be a blessing to others.
Dr. B, so that kind of explains even more so why you're so generous in feeding families and so generous in, do you feel like all of that had an impact? Because if anybody knows Dr. B, she is one of the most giving. She is forcefully giving. Like, she's going to make you understand that she's a giver. Did that have any impact on you as to how you are now?
Absolutely. One of the things that when we went through the church fight, how we got to that little ratty building was because we had gone through a really bad church fight. And it crushed me so much that I would actually on Sundays go sit in the car and roll up all the windows. I wouldn't speak to anybody, wouldn't talk to anybody. And so after that encounter, I then got filled with the Holy Spirit, and of course, the compassion of Jesus just started flowing out of my heart. And so it just literally changed who I was. It changed me as a person, and I just began to be a giver, began to, sow into people's lives. And it's all started because of that, because I saw where we were, and I was like, if I can do anything to help somebody, I'm going to definitely do my part to help.
We've been there. When we talk about struggle,
yes, sir.
We've been there. We know what struggle is like. We know what it's like when you have a need and it seems like that need is not going to be met. We know what it's like when you need a car and you don't have the money
or the credit.
We know what it's like to have to depend on God. God taught us how to trust him, and that's why we like to teach everybody else. Yeah. So the conference is coming up on the 17th through the 19th, and it's going to be something that it's going to be at a level we've never done it before. Like I said, we want to talk about. We want to teach you basically how to build. In fact, the series that I have that I'm going to give everybody is a series concerning this amazing family, keys to maximizing the family experience.
Yes, sir.
because your family experience, no matter how it is, you can maximize it.
Right.
And a maximizer is a person who takes the hand they have been dealt and they win with that hand.
That's good. That's so good.
Got it? And that's basically the whole maximizing message. If you go way back in my archives, you're going to hear me talking about maximizing. God told us back then in the little raggedy building how to maximize where we were. And that is the message of faith, how to maximize. You know, I don't care where your situation is. If God could turn our situation around when we were on the brink of divorce, you follow me, he can turn other situations around as well.
Absolutely.
And so, you know, that's what it's going to be about.
Yeah,
And
I see a lot of people saying that they're registered and they've already registered and they can't wait to see what's going to happen. I also saw a couple of questions. I'm not sure if YPJ saw the question.
When you register, you have the ability to ask questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the registration form, you can ask questions, and we want you all to do that because it's our plan to answer those questions during the conference as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have ability, and we want you to be able to do that. Also, we're looking for people who will say, "Okay, let me be a helper." And the conference helper is a person who will say, I'm going to invite others. I'm not just going to get this myself, but you're going to help us invite others. Yes. And we want to keep track of the people that you refers to. And so when you become a conference helper and you'll be texting, you got to do both. You have to register, but then there is the text if you want to be a conference helper. I'm looking for about 300 conference helpers. What? I'm looking for 300 people who will say, yes, I'm going to invite somebody. And then when you do that, they will give you a unique number. They'll give you your helper number, and then you give that to people when they register, so they'll be able to put that number down. And I got to tell you, we're going to come up with something. I know Lady B will come up with something to do for the person who invites the most people. I know she will. But that's what we want to do. I need you to be a helper. Now, I'm going to have pastors who will be hosts, but I need you to be a helper. I see Grace say, count me in. Thank you, Grace. Amen. Grace Evans. Love her. Amen. So listen, I want you to be a helper. Let's do this. Now, listen, you don't have to go far. You know families who are in trouble. You know some families who are in trouble. And I want you to be praying for them, but then I want you to send them to the conference because it's free.
Absolutely free.
It is free.
And
we got day service and night service and evening services.
Yes.
So we're making it where it is available to everybody. I think we're going to make a great impact.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And again, everybody that's in the chat right now, those of you that have been asking God for answers about rectifying situations in your family, this is the answer right here. So don't just breeze past it and make it seem like, oh, no, it's absolutely free. And oftentimes people assume that free means a lack of excellence. The total opposite. This is going to be one of the most excellent online experiences. Strategies last year was the first time that the Hilliard family has done a massive online conference. And when I tell you the impact of that thing, not only was it shifting for those that were in attendance, other ministries then changed the way that they were doing online ministry. So this is impactful because it's for the family as a whole. I remember last year at the first families conference, when it was just the first families, you discussed something, Apostle, and Dr. B, you talked about it as well. You guys kind of collaborated, the danger of disrespect. And there's a lot of families right now that don't understand the danger of that disrespect. And Apostle, you even broke it down talking about the little foxes and how that's a challenge. I think it's important, especially now because people have been quarantined. I prophesied to my church in 2019. I said, God said in 2020, families will be closer than ever. I didn't know it meant there was proximity. There's going to be in the house together. But how do you maintain respect in a family, and how dangerous is disrespect?
Well, I think, you have to begin to value agreement. Until you value agreement, you're not willing to make the change.
Right.
Oof.
You follow?
Yeah.
So once I value agreement, and that's what Lady B and I found out. Once we valued that agreement promise in the word, we both had to make changes. I had to make changes. She had to make changes.
That's good. Yeah.
And once that's done, now what change am I going to make? Now, from now on, watch this. It ain't your way or my way. It's this way.
Oof.
We
Yes,
believe
sir.
God has a plan for the family. Now, we've looked over that plan, but the plan will work. So then we began to now find out what is God's plan? What do I need to do? And I began to do my part. She began to do her part. If I wasn't going to do my part, she was going to still do her part. I'm going to get the overflow of her relationship with God. She's going to get the overflow of my relationship with God. And then you'll watch God work, as Terry always says. We're going to watch God work. And so that whole respect thing comes in because there's an offense that happened. Mm-hmm. They may not have identified it that particular day, but there was an offense that occurred. And that offense now has mutated into a resentment. And that's now good. That resentment now is retaliation. And that's
wow.
You got to back that whole thing up. Where did the little fox come in? And once you can identify the fox, and we can go back and start making those corrections. And once those corrections can be made, now you start seeing the benefit of your agreement. Man, we got an agreement, and man, God started doing stuff for us that just blew us away.
Yes, sir.
Yes, totally. We start living first-class life in the little raggedy building.
Right.
In the barbecue shack?
Yes, sir. Wow. In that little raggedy building. Folk could not understand it. Well, see, now we got God working for us. Mm-hmm. Bought a brand new car, and I'm in the little raggedy building with less than 50 members.
Wow.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you. Why? God's working for us now. So, I heard in the spirit somebody say, yeah, that's all right. That's you and her. But see, my husband is a fool and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, the favor on your life is on your life. And there's enough favor on your life for the blessing to fall on the house.
Right. Exactly.
I'm going to show you how to control your mouth, sis. Mm-hmm. You see, how you know I said that? I know by the Spirit of God.
Wow.
I'm going to show you how to control your mouth, put your faith to work, and then you're going to see God work in your situation.
Absolutely.
Amen. And then that single parent, man, I'm telling you, and we've seen this so many times, that single parent get her children, get that single parent, I'm talking female, you get your children in agreement. Mm-hmm. God hears I get loud.
Right. I love it.
Children.
Yes. And
your children can pray more effectively than a whole lot of adults can pray because they got all doubt. Jesus says, here's how my kingdom works. And he tells the little children, if you can believe me like a child believes, I'm telling you. So there is no excuse. There's no reason you to say, it can't happen for me. It can, it will. Hey, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
That's outstanding, man. Like that, just that the value of agreement. That is a simple principle that most people will just override and overlook. I think that's great. Now let's talk about the fun side. What do y'all do as a married couple that keeps your relationship fun? Because one thing I know about the two of y'all like to have a good time. And Apostle, you always defend yourself because people be scared of you. When I first met you, I was a little intimidated. But I now see that you have a lighter side. You're a very wonderful person. What do y'all do to keep y'all's relationship fun and exciting?
Before pandemic, we always took vacations. We would always travel. Travel is one of the things we like to do. And then, of course, eating out. We would eat out. Well, now, since the pandemic, Bishop has fallen in love with cooking. And so just having fun with watching to see what he's going to cook every day is fun for me. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, first of all, most people don't know I'm a real playful guy. I'm a very, very playful guy. I am not stuck in the mud guy all the time. I'm not ready to hear you in the pulpit. I am a fun guy. I have a lot of fun. You got it? So my whole attitude and disposition is that of a jokester. And my daughter Precious is kind of like that too. But but I'm pretty much an extreme. And so the whole atmosphere is totally different. Just like once you got around me, you went, oh, he real. Oh, he's nice. You follow me? That's my family. They know that about me. So that's one thing. So Lady B and I, we were going out. In fact, we've been going out to dinner, to lunch and dinner for years. And we enjoy eating out. We enjoy that. And we travel. We enjoy traveling. And when we travel, we don't look at the sights. We want to know where the restaurants are, because we like to go to the nice restaurant. That's what we like to do. So we've traveled pretty much all over the world, thank the Lord. And we have fun in that. Me, I'm just, I like to fish, and I'm gonna have fun fishing. Bridget don't want to go fishing. She wants to shop. I don't mind her shopping. She don't mind me fishing. Only on rare occasions where we'll say, okay, if we are in a strange country, city, that sort of thing, she go shopping, I got to go with her. And I understand that. I don't want her out by herself. All right. And then there are rare times we have places and she'll go fishing with me. And so that's what we do. We love that. And during the pandemic, now I've taken on more of cooking. I've always been able to cook, but now I can't go to my restaurants. Well, what I'm gonna do is sit home and go for me. Oh, that's not who I am. So no, I started learning how to cook everything. I can cook everything that I would go out and order. Everything. There's nothing that I would go out and order. Italian food, Mexican food, French food, anything, Chinese, anything I could order, I can cook.
All right, so let's do this then, because I want to see how much I know about each other. Dr. B, what is Apostle's favorite food?
Chinese.
That's easy.
All right, Apostle, what is Dr. B's favorite food?
Mine, whatever I cook.
During the pandemic, it has to be.
Whatever I cook.
Whatever.
All right. Now, y'all got to point at each other when I ask you this question. Who was the parent that was most likely to be the disciplinary figure?
Yeah.
It was you?
Yeah.
You?
Disciplinarian him.
Yes, I'm a very disciplined person. But now listen, people get a kick out of this. I had to watch her in her discipline when she would correct, because she would go overboard.
Yes, I would get upset. I would get so mad.
She would go overboard, and I couldn't let her hit that tipping point, because when she would hit the tipping point, it would be child abuse. It'd be child abuse.
I would break nails.
Yeah, it'd be child abuse. So I had to make sure, because
pull it on it.
With the kids, I'd have me a glass of water and I'd talk to them. Ain't no sense in me getting all sweaty and worked up about it. You understand? I ain't gonna chase you around. I'm gonna talk to you and tell you why I'm disciplining you. I'm gonna drink my water. I'm gonna give you several licks. Then I'm gonna drink some more water. They couldn't stand that. You follow me? But now, Lady B, boy, I had to. That's why I had. So, but B, I'm the guy, who was saying, okay, it's time for discipline. It's time for, we set up order. And I'll show people how to set up order. Hey, listen, we're just about out of time now. I didn't want to stay but an hour. So let's start wrapping it up.
Okay.
Because, I need people to do several things.
He might have had another question.
He got another question?
No, I'm enjoying the ride. Which one of y'all is the most likely to fall asleep first?
You. He's going to fall asleep anywhere. I have to have comfort when I go to sleep. He will fall asleep in the chair.
Oh, yeah, I will. Okay.
So that is him.
Okay.
That's him. I need comfort. I have to, when I go to bed, when I get ready to go to sleep, I need to get in full sleeping attire and get in bed. I'm not going to just sit up and fall asleep somewhere.
But this is why
I can go sleep anywhere. I can. I mean, I can go sleep just about anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, this is why y'all need to register, because it's going to be fun like this. And I think that's another thing people don't know. You guys have great dialogues. They're really just straightforward. Of course, there's dynamic teaching, but even when you all sit down as a family and you talk, it's lighthearted. It's fun. We laugh. So I'm excited about this. I really am.
All right, Tamika, I got your little message here. Tell me, you can fall asleep anywhere. Okay, Tamika.
Yes.
All right. Listen.
The only time I'm going to fall asleep just anywhere would be like yesterday when I got that COVID vaccine. I don't know why I got so sleepy. I fell asleep.
I got a story about Dr. B falling asleep though, y'all. This only takes 10 seconds. One time he was in Grand Rapids, Michigan at Marvin Sapp Church, and Apostle was teaching, and Mom she was nodding. Apostle, she was like, fighting. And she said, son, you got some candy? I was like, yeah, I got you. She ate something. She got it together, but she was fighting that day. I was like,
fighting. Yes.
But I'm really excited about to be. I hate to keep using the word excited because as we overuse that word excited.
Anticipating.
I'm thrilled. I start trying to replace the word thrill.
Ecstatic.
But I want ecstatic. I want people to register. I'm looking for a great registration. There it is on the screen on how you can register. Also tonight we've asked people to help me build my YouTube channel.
I'm a YouTube subscriber.
Yeah.
Apostle Hilliard.
Apostle Hilliard. Need y'all to do that. Apostle Hilliard. I need everybody to go and do it right now. I got to build that up. Listen, you know what I saw the other day? I saw other day people posting my stuff
Right.
and building their. I'm going, wait a minute.
See?
So they're posting my stuff and building their channel.
YouTube channel.
I'm going, oh, no. No. Well, I mean, somebody got to do it. I might as well do it too. So I need y'all to help me on doing that. And then the other thing I need y'all to help on is I need y'all to become
helpers. And register
others.
Yes.
And when you become a helper and register others, they'll give you to register others. They'll give you a unique number. And when others register, tell them to use that number. We're gonna do something real special for the person who registers the most.
Yeah.
Amen.
Pastor John Moore say Apostle can steam crabs. Apostle can cook anything at this point.
Oh, last night we had Maryland crab. Maryland steamed crab, and I invited John over because he hadn't been able to find any crab. He and his wife they're from Virginia area, and I had Tina and Emmanuel and Dr. I. Man, they went through about 40 crabs.
John Moore and his wife been around for like 6 minutes. I've been coming around for 10 years, and you still won't let me have none of your cooking. This is what I deal with, people. This is how I'm treated.
well, when you guys come, whenever you're here, it's conferences, and so
Apostle made some caldo soup one time in front of me, and I was like, "Can I try?" He's like, "Nah, Doc, you can't handle this, not yet." That's how he do me.
You should have told me. I would have made sure you got some.
Oh God. Well, if you can be here for the weekend, I'll make some caldo soup.
Oh God, I ain't got no plan yet, but it's coming.
Okay. No, I love it. We're going to have some fun, and YP is going to be coming down for the conference as well. He's going to be one of our guys that we're having come in to help us with this week. It's going to be great.
Yep, we should let him ask us questions. He did a great job. Everybody said they loved his questions.
Oh, yeah. All right. Fair enough. YP, laugh out loud. Okay. Now, somebody wanted to know the conference times. We're going to start Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. It's going to be a team. It's going to be the team moment at 6 o'clock. I got Ivan. He's going to minister to the teens, and that's going to be great. Then our regular time is for 7 o'clock for everybody else, all the adults at 7 o'clock. And then on Thursday morning and Friday morning, we'll start at 9:50. And then back on Sunday evenings at 7 o'clock.
Sunday.
I said Sunday evening?
Yeah.
No,
Friday
evening. Friday evening at 7. Evening services at 7. And those who register, you will get
schedule.
You'll get a whole schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then of course, we're going to make sure that it's out there for you to get it. And you're going to get your kit. I can't hardly wait to put the kit in your hand. That is going to be, it's filled with confession for the husband, for the wife, for the unmarried, for the children.
Right.
You got it? And then on top of that, I've got these 7 lessons on how to maximize the family experience. Whoa. And I'm going to advise them, you sit down with the family and listen to them. Mm-hmm. Sit down with the family and listen to them. And I'm telling you, it's going to help build that consciousness that you have to have that a family, that better family.
Yeah.
Lady B, I think it's been good.
It's been awesome. You did a great job, son.
Thank you, Mother Dearest. I appreciate it. That was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And so I think next time we're going to have several conversations leading up to this, because that is what we do when we're focusing on it. And let's make it happen. Y'all, I need everybody to share it. I need everybody to do what they got to do. Unmarried, let's go. That's right. Yeah. What time zone?
Central time.
Everything's done at Central Time zone.
Yeah.
Yes. So that means it's comfortable for everybody, East Coast as well as West Coast.
Yes.
All right. I'm getting ready to go make some lobster Bienville. Ha! Amen. That's what I'm getting ready to do.
Somebody said they loved the picture of the lobster you posted a couple of days ago.
Oh yeah. That was good. I'm going to make some lobster Bienville tonight, and that's good. I've got.
And before you ask what is my specialty in cooking, I don't have one. I don't like to cook. We established that years ago. Once the kids got older and I don't have to cook every day, I can cook some rice though.
Shout out to the rice.
No, she can cook when she wants to.
Yeah,
it's not like she can't cook.
I can cook.
Yeah, she can cook, but that's not something she wants to do in this season, and that's okay.
It's too time consuming.
That's okay. I mean, I'm just enjoying it. I really enjoyed cooking, enjoying my house, enjoying be with my girl. Hey, I mean, this is great.
Well, they kind of live in Disneyland, y'all. So it's, like she was saying people can't go to the gym. They can. They got one across the street.
Hey, don't hate, man. Don't hate.
I'm not hating.
Don't hate. No, I mean, it's
Thank you, Adrian, for the thumbs up on the rice.
yeah, I mean, we enjoy life. I made a statement years ago. I'm not going to miss abundant life helping everybody else find it.
That's good. That's good.
So we enjoy each other. We enjoy life. Now, and see, here's the point. Do we have issues? Do we have tough situations? Yeah, I'm always right. What? I'm always right.
And so
Watch this.
am I.
And she's always right. But we don't fall out.
That's good.
There are things we say, okay, you got the Holy Ghost, I got the Holy Ghost. We don't see eye to eye on this. Let's put this on the shelf. Let's put this on the shelf. Let's visit it later.
Yeah.
Watch this. And then we say, back then we say, let's go out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gonna let it boil you. Just because you have a disagreement don't mean you have to let it spoil your whole day. Somebody needed that.
Yes, sir.
You have
Yes,
to let it
sir.
spoil your whole day. And we've learned to do that and be disciplined. And I'm gonna be disciplined now because I got to go.
Somebody wants to know when you're gonna cook gumbo.
I might cook some gumbo this weekend. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said
Really?
that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, I shouldn't have said it.
He's a man of his word, so now
I might. I say might. I might. Now you say why? Because when I cook gumbo, folk come from far and near to eat my gumbo.
But the last time you cooked it, it was so good. He just cooked enough for me and him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was perfect.
That's
It was
all I'm gonna cook.
perfect. It was perfect.
That's shady.
That's all I'm gonna cook for. Enough for me and Bridget. So nobody come over looking for gumbo.
Mm.
Nobody come over looking for gumbo. I'm just cooking enough for Lady B and myself. Yeah, that's gonna be good. All right. I see Kim Francis. All right, let's go.
Say, can you go live cooking one day?
No, because I don't want y'all to judge me.
But he's a great cook.
I'll try to work it out when I get down there, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can catch him in the act.
Oh yeah, maybe you may be able to catch him cooking.
I don't know about that because I don't want y'all judging me. See, I cook for me. I cook what I like. So I want to buy something. I think you should have done it. I don't want to know what you think. You follow me? So I want to know that. So that's why I say I'm gonna just I cook for me. I'm enjoy it. I enjoy it. You know,
say share.
and if I'm happy, everybody else ought to be tickled. So that's why I don't put my stuff out there. You know, my stuff is good to me. If it's good to me, good to her, boom, that's all I care about. So, I don't want anybody who's been to culinary school and say, oh, that's an acid and you shouldn't be putting that. I don't want to be judged.
I personally feel that because you teach the word of God without worrying about what people think, you should go ahead and cook for us like you don't care nobody.
That's the word of God. See? That's the word of God. You see?
This has been fun.
I'm out of here. We rambling now. We rambling.
I love y'all.
Love
All right.
you too.
All right, everybody, let's share this. Let's make this the best conference ever.
Yes.
All right. God bless. We're out.